And hello everyone, come on in. Take a dip with us, water's fine. Room temperature balmy even. You're watching Hypocritic GG, streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Lou, some call me Cheat Speak. And we got a fun one tonight. We're gonna do something a little different, we're gonna do something a little cool, we're gonna do something a little funky fresh. All of those fun things that I think the kids will also do if given the right bandwidth, the support to do so. It's the youth of America. We gotta support them as best we can. We got GRIDbeat on tap tonight. We took a look at this one while we were doing our indie fan fest looky-throughs of stuff that the Mix was publishing and all sorts of, you know, indie.io fan fests, all these kinds of things. And this one caught our eye. This is one that we did get a review code for, but haven't been able to really pump significant time into until now. So we're gonna do something a little bit different here tonight. We're gonna review it live and we're gonna review it together. That's how this is gonna work. So we're gonna kind of formulate our thoughts. Well, let me talk at you about this instead. Hello, nice to see you. How it's gonna work is we're going to basically formulate our thoughts on the game live as we go. We're gonna be a little more critical. We're gonna be a little more articulate, hopefully, about what it's doing, what it's not doing, whether we're vibing with it or not, and we encourage all of you to participate as we go. So have you played this game already? If so, what are your thoughts on it? How are you reacting to it in real time as we go along? And by the end of this, we may not complete the whole thing tonight, we won't. We're gonna play for, 2 hours and change here. We're gonna start to formulate some opinions on what we think and whether it's really worth your time and how much more there may be to do. So for those who are not familiar, we're gonna give you some game audio instead. Ooh. Nice. For those who are not aware, let's summarize GRIDbeat here. Now this is reading off of the Nintendo Switch eShop store page for this. Welcome to GRIDbeat, a rhythm-fueled cyber dungeon crawler where every move must match the music or risk total system shutdown. You just breached NOS OS, the planet's most fortified corporate network, and made off with a payload of priceless data. Now you're trapped inside, hunted by rogue security protocols and hostile malware. Your only way out? Sync with the system, move to the beat, and escape before the grid locks you down. It advertises beat-based dungeon crawling, pulse-pounding maze exploration, evolving abilities and power-ups, cyber mind boss battles, stepping to the rhythm. So we're gonna dig into that exactly here tonight. We see Vinny already here, nice to see you. I believe super ads are back up, super chats, super stickers, all that stuff. For whatever reason, they were disabled, but now we are active once again. It is your pal at this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen. Let's start playing GRIDbeat. Developed by Ridiculous Games, or Ridiculous LLC, whatever their formal title is, and published by Acclaim. Remember Acclaim? Those publishers are back. What can I say? We got some fun stuff here, so we're gonna get on to this. First thing we're gonna do, I think I'm pretty well synced, so we're just gonna go right in, I guess.
Hey boss, the client's training program is loaded and ready to go.
Wonderful. Now, I will say, before we get started here, just a little bit of context. We did play this as part of its I got distracted by the super chat, Vinny. Vinny coming through again. Super chats are back. You're too generous. You give too often, all the time. We're doing this. Always appreciated, but thank you. So we played this during Steam Next Fest a month or two ago at this point, and meaning me, I really enjoyed it. And for the little kind of slice that we got through, it seemed like an interesting, well put together romp. Seemed like a good time. Was interested in playing more. Again, we did get this review copy courtesy of, and I should probably actually put that in the YouTube, so you'll see that this was, made possible with a review copy courtesy of Ridiculous Games and Acclaim and the PR firms associated with it. So keep that in mind. And we enjoyed it. So we're gonna see how well that initial first impression holds up, and we're gonna dig in a little bit here and see what it's all about.
According to the README, all you have to do is complete 3 levels and you're gold.
Great.
Oh, and don't forget, you 'You gotta move on the beat.
just like that. And you get vibing about it,
Data
and we
vaults
love it.
Store some of your data, and sometimes they hold other bonuses too. So keep an eye out for them.
Data downloading.
Remember, moving on the beat keeps you in sync and prevents data loss. Make too many bad moves and you'll drop out of sync. And once out of sync, bad moves cost you data.
Gasp.
To get back in sync, just focus on the beat and keep moving to refill your sync meter.
So you can't be panic pressing. That's the thing.
Hey look, that's the exit port to the next level. Just be careful timing your way through those logic gates.
It's it's a little extra tough for us because we're pumping this through not just the digital, not just through HDMI, but also through our capture card and introducing a lot of lag, which I did attempt to calibrate for before we started, so hopefully it's not that intrusive. But I remember struggling a little bit during our Next Fest attempts at this because of its just so much input lag introduced by all our equipment. That's the thing. We play quite a few rhythm games here on the channel, and that when we're recording footage or we're trying to play live on stream, that can introduce some challenge, and we have to try to compensate for that. But it's an interesting time. Already you can see it's really well put together, very smooth presentation. I really like the you know, tech infused, neon drenched art style. It's very, very cute, and I like how you can kind of see he's masked by all of our stuff on the right side, but your hacker character that you can customize in the, you know, reflection of the monitor that you have here, it's kind of cute.
Looks like the next exit is down on the grid below you. Guess you're just gonna have to find a way to get down there. Ooh, bits.
Yay, bits.
Collecting all of these in a level rewards you with a bonus. These are just simulated, but you might as well collect them anyway.
Love when it's pitched with the sound as well.
A megabit.
Wow.
There's 3 of these in every level. See if you can find them all.
We love collectibles.
Oh, you can totally use that I/O tower to access the lower grid. But to
Of
do
course.
that, you'll need to activate these 2 binary switches first.
It does play with, you know, your typical kind of computer technical jargon and kind of fun ways you collect your bits. You have a few megabits because they're bigger and they're, you know, they encompass more bits. You have binary switches, you have I/O. It's maybe a little cheesy depending on your view on it, but I think it's cute, and I think it's reasonably immersive considering the tone that this kind of goes for. Full Metal's here as well. It does look gem, and we're gonna switch over quickly, get right over to our dice camera. Since Vinny rolled our first D20 of the night. And that's an 8. Yeah. Impression time. Oh, this is the fresh one for tonight. Give me an impression to do. It's distinct from accent time. Keep in mind, let's keep it PG here. But give me an impression, I guess. Vinny. It is jamming though. It does give you a little bit of play, so you don't have to be like exactly on beat to pass or fail it. I don't know if that's a setting that I have, or if the game is naturally that lenient, but it's pretty workable.
Sneaky.
And as I say that, I mess it up.
Oh, nice. Nice.
You can only collect your bits while you're in sync. Keep that in mind.
I'll have to review hacking to get rid of this firewall.
Hold down ZL or ZR to run your hackware. Then use that to hack in a direction. Nope. What does it want? Press and hold the button on the beat to start your hack. Press and release the button when the hack rings line up.
Whoa! Ah! You did it!
So maybe not quite as forgiving as I was hoping.
Radical. Excellent. This advanced firewall is going to be a little trickier.
Jeez. You have to...
Sweet.
There you go. That's all got to be on beat. So it is...
Boom.
We'll get out of here and then we'll talk about it.
Looks like the exit is locked down with buffers and a firewall. Tricky. Wait, I'm reading some coding errors back that way, boss. Go check it out.
Okay. See, it feels like I'm on beat, but the game says I'm not.
Yeah!
See what I mean?
Wow! Way to go! Oh, snap! Impressive!
It's very fussy.
Boom! Wow!
Okay, well, I died in the tutorial, which I definitely did not do last time. So we have to do some sort of sync for this, like right now. So I guess we have to quit out of it because that was unacceptable. Now I did... That's the difficulty we were on. And you can see I'm not that far out of sync. So I don't know why it's being so fussy about it. It's interesting too, the difficulty is kind of based on the amount of leeway you have and not necessarily how challenging levels actually are. So let's recalibrate here. How do we do that? We're just going to do this live so you can see what that calibration process looks like to see if it pays off at all. Riveting, I know. But this is what you kind of need to do. See, 59 milliseconds. So, you know, all... Now it's saying I'm pretty far ahead of it. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll try that. But, you know, TVs and game setups and captures like this introduce so much variability in what lag can feel like in your setup. It's important, especially for rhythm-based games, to have some sort of calibration tool like this. So is it going to kick me all the way back to the start of the training here, or can we pick up where we left off? Okay.
Looks like the next exit is down. Guess you're just
We know this.
Ooh, bit. Collecting all
We know
these
about
are just
bits now.
simulated.
Okay.
Oh,
Feels a
wow.
bit more consistent so far. That's good.
Oh, you can totally use that IO, but to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Good. Nice. All right. Feeling this one.
Oh,
Love me bits. Now we gotta... The firewalling did seem a little bit picky, but let's see if it's just because we were out of sync.
This advanced firewall is gonna be a little.
All right, trying it again. Better. Nice. Okay, we've figured it out. It was us, it was not the game. Let's continue on.
Wait, I'm reading some coding errors back that way, boss. Go check it out. Whoa! Oh snap!
Advanced hacking. And there we go. Okay, so that went a lot smoother. And it does take a little bit of getting used to. You have to train yourself a little bit to make sure you stay on beat. Because if you start messing up, or I think in later stages you're going to start having active enemies to avoid, the impulse is to just move quickly to get out of there and save yourself. But you have to stay on beat and stay in sync with things lest it gets worse for you. Now, the other thing that I wanted to note and test out for ourselves here is girl, Teresa, Sari Serial, did give this a little bit of a go a week or two ago as well, and she agreed with what seems to be a common sentiment across the internet. I haven't read many reviews or you know, post-release coverage of it, but I have heard that the difficulty tends to ramp up in the, you know, end of a stage as you kind of encounter a boss or you have to get out of a you know, set piece before things happen, and it can be overly challenging in that respect. And even though you have the leeway of making your timing windows more generous, the inherent challenge of the stage is there regardless, and some people will really have trouble overcoming it. So we're going to see if that's true as we move along here this evening.
Hold up, boss. That turret program looks real nasty. Luckily, its frame rate sucks. So as As long as you keep moving, it won't be.
See what I mean about the kind of cheesy / funny computer lingo? It's kind of fun.
Oh, nice! Boss, that turret program is going to make entering the logic gate extra tricky. Press both buttons on the beat to crash it. That'll buy you time while it reboots.
Okay. There you go.
Way to go! Boss, stay clear of that corruption.
Oh no.
It'll hurt like hell, and none of your deck programs will run when you're inside it.
You can see it locks onto you. But they're right, if you do stay in motion and you're not too static, it's pretty avoidable.
Hey, you found the final exit port. This seems too easy, right? Oh, of course. Black ice.
Whoa.
Careful, boss. Black ice is a super deadly firewall. You're gonna need to find an update port in order to hack it. So, better get looking. Radical. Excellent. You did it.
Downloaded. Error.
Great.
That was painful. That cost us.
This one let you overclock your hackware temporarily. And now you're all set to go crack that black ice blocking the exit.
Wonderful. I am actually gonna, let's get rid of, yeah, clean it out. Y'all know what you're talking about. This ain't no Norton firewall, pal. Run for you life.
Yeah,
That's very true.
sweet. You'll need to depack this ice.
D-pack. Hold down ZL or ZR to run your hackware, hack in a direction. Rotate the outer ring segment and line up the spike to face you. Press A on the beat to lock it in. The spike. Let's watch it again. It's behind me. Can't really see it. I see. What? I went to go do it and it killed me. What the hell killed me? And I got to start the whole thing over again. No checkpoints, huh?
Hold up, boss. That turret luckily its frame rates.
That's...
Nice.
For the tutorial, that's pretty vindictive.
You did it. Boss, that turret press both buttons.
Oh, wait. A moves you... Oh, the buttons... The face buttons also move you in that direction.
Way to go.
I see. Once again, the issue is between the brain and the keyboard. Or what? What is it? Malfunction between keyboard and seat. Yes.
It'll hurt like hell. Nice. Oh, snap.
Well, that hurt. More or less back to full, though. That is back to full.
Hey, you found the
All right, so let's do this again.
Oh, of course. Careful, but you're gonna need to find an
All right.
rat. Oh, nice. Great
Nice.
job, boss.
Okay.
Update ports like this one, and now you're all set to. You'll need to.
All right, now we're gonna do this properly. There we go. That's going to be hard to do under duress. If we ever have to do it, that's going to be challenging.
Boss. I'm forwarding your training results to the client now. Speaking of, while you were running around in that sim, I did a little digging into our mysterious client like you asked. But get this, I couldn't find anything on them. No history, no message logs, nothing. They're either really good at hiding their identity, or speak of the devil. You just got an email from them. You can check it out now in the email section of your cyber deck.
Ooh.
Congratulations, hacker. It would seem that I was right to procure your services. Very impressive.
A lot of voice acting here.
Down to business. Your target is the NOS Corporation, or more precisely, a very specific data vault housed deep within their central mainframe. In exchange for an obscenely large amount of money, you will breach the mainframe, find the vault, and extract its contents for me. Your entry point is a backwater public relations office in Bogota. Using the connection protocols attached to this mail, you can access a backdoor into the mainframe directly. I trust you can handle things from there. One more thing. Please refrain from any more attempts at obtaining my identity. Your little cyber mind is likely to get deleted the next time I find her sniffing around where she doesn't belong.
Threatening, but okay. Well, the objective is laid out, and I chuckle because in real life I work on actual real life mainframes. That's been my my entire career. So I always laugh when someone's like, breach the mainframe, hack the mainframe, do the thing, because that's not how it works in real life at all. So again, it really leans into that silly, almost like Jurassic Park, it's a Unix system, I know this kind of deal, but it's very, very well presented. I mean, the visuals are very slick, the art style is incredibly cohesive, we like it a lot.
You're in the target server, and no one's the wiser. Oh, weird. According to the access logs, you're the first connection to this server in over a decade.
Outdated.
Oh, well, time to find the data vault and earn that paycheck.
I like that it tells you the name of the track as well.
It's impressive. Excellent.
You really do settle in a fair bit. Once it's not barking a lot of tutorial orders at you, it's pretty good. Wow.
But this turret code is ancient. Crashing the turrets and then slashing the program node above you might just overload the whole security subnet.
Well, let's try it. Cool.
Dead end. Wait, I'm reading code errors directly ahead. Time to hack and slash. Boss, that's the data vault. But you're gonna have to pick that lock to get in there.
Of course we are. On the beat, tap the button displayed in the lock to open it, then tap the matching buttons as they enter the target ring facing you. Yep. There we go.
Great job, boss. You got the data. Now let's
Thanks.
get on this mainframe and get paid.
I love it. It's kind of funny, the UI with the lines and neon colors is making my brain think Marathon. I think you just got Marathon on the brain permanently, Full Metal.
Wow, the security on this exit port is insane.
Really got our ports locked down. No forwarding here. First of all, not enough keyboards need at least 4 to hack. I watched NCIS. I know how many people on one keyboard it takes. The game is teaching the value of patching. What do you mean my out of support OS from 27 years ago broke? It's fine. I love XP embedded. Shut up.
I'm starting to think they're more concerned about something getting out of this server rather than anyone getting in.
See, Bigley. At least it doesn't hurt you when you mess up the hack, seemingly. You get your objectives as well, so new challenges have been unlocked. That's good. Level completed without going over its sweet hack score. Level completed with maximum difficulty, which we are not at. You can't see it behind me, but it says 73%. We missed an email and we missed a megabit. So that's the result there. I believe you can go back and do specific challenges or custom levels, like explicitly designed around the song. We'll review exactly what else is in the package behind this sort of campaign mode as we go along here. Love me, Bungie. Now that I've really kind of figured it out, I've been much deeper into Marathon as well. But that's a story for another day. Oh, God. Oh, it's very Fairly Odd Parents internet episode, isn't it? Information stupor highway.
Whatever that demon-headed program was, it crashed the exit port and dumped us back into the mainframe.
That is how it works.
And by the looks of it, not a very nice part.
Hey, what are you talking
Oh,
shit about my
good
mainframe?
news. Your deck memory's been wiped, meaning all your programs are offline for now. Hey, there's a data vault down there.
Wow.
If you can reach it, I can probably access the server directory and find out where we are. Sweet!
Can't go that way? Gotta go this way.
Okay, give me a second. Accessing. Not so good news, boss. Looks like all ports out of the mainframe have been shut down. Which
Damn.
means we're trapped in here until you can find a way out. Here being a server filled with bit rot that looks like it could crash at any moment.
Yikes. Aging hardware. There's an email.
Email downloaded.
We're plagued with bit rot, but we still have time to host an email server. There you go.
Good news, boss. I've reallocated some spare memory so you can install your hackware. Press the deck button now to open your cyberdeck. Once you've recovered more memory, you can install the rest of your programs here. But for now, let's install your hackware. Great. Now press the deck button again to get back.
So there's your additional kind of mechanics as you roll along. You get them in the form of programs that you install, which makes sense. And then, you know, we can hack things again. No?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, snap. Oh, yeah. You did it. Nice.
And there we go. In and out. Now, one thing that I have heard and that I did read is that people have different kind of opinions on the AI companion who's kind of, you know, barking out the orders and telling you what to do. Obviously, in these first few stages, she's pretty disruptive and is interrupting a lot to give you story and tutorials and guidance. I wonder how much that's going to trickle off as we go. The voice acting is fun, at least. And again, I think at least part of it depends on, are you willing to accept the sort of, you know, cheesy techno-infused lingo and the sort of, again, it's a Unix system, I know this, you know, WizKid hacker vibe that this kind of gives off. It's obviously intentionally cheesy and really leans into that, but again, it's that sort of neon-drenched, vaporware-esque kind of vibe that I think is pretty interesting.
Way to go. Wow, this drives
The game kind of intrinsically giving you difficulty with the tempo of songs as well, so the faster ones, meaning you do have to move a little bit more briskly. Slower paced ones, you can be a little more methodical, can't move as fast, as a matter of fact.
Which is gonna make accessing that input-output tower tricky. Lucky for you, there's a defrag program over there. If you can reach it, that is.
What about my email? No time for email.
Oh, nice! Impressive! Remember how to run a defrag program?
No.
Just enter the program, remember the sequence it shows you, then play it back on the beat.
Corruption.
Simon says, don't you defrag your hard drive? when you do this? Game on Twitch is set to Riftbound. No, it's not. I said it. It is. Oh my god. You know what's aggravating? I'm gonna blame OBS on that one, and or Restream, and we'll discuss maybe later why that is. That's been an issue I've had with it for a long time. It does that intermittently. It'll kind of overwrite it with whatever the last game was that we played, and it's been doing that. So I have to always remember to set the game after we go live because it does that. Yeah, the heap may be locked to 8 gigabytes, but the JVM is able to use a lot more than that. Yes, exactly. Firewall says, yeah, this is some crazy Riftbound stuff. People must think we're nuts, right? Like, oh, he's streaming Riftbound. What the hell is this? So I wonder if that impacts the notifications going out too. Streamlabs has been doing this to me. I set it on their UI and then check and it's good, then somehow overwrites. I worked with their support on this a while back, and I can't remember what their response was to why it was doing it, but it was very silly. I have to either go into Restream or OBS and figure that out.
Excellent.
Gotta double back for our bits.
Good news, boss. The grid down here is a lot less corrupted. And as a result, the network defenses are all working just fine. See if you can open up that exit port. I'm gonna go snoop around in the server registry.
Dangerous. Bye-bye. And it looks like it gives you a certain number of chances to do that so you don't just fail it and then immediately get kicked out of the minigame. That's nice. We did not do well that time. 36 out of 40 bits, no megabits, no email. Oh dear. We're bad hackers. That's fine. I didn't leave with everything I possibly could.
Boss, you gotta move! This sector's so unstable, it's triggered a format wipe.
Oh god.
If you don't find a way out, you'll be deleted along with everything else.
We're already screwed. Yep. Right, well that went super well. I assume we just get kicked back to the start there. We do.
Format detected.
Whoa! Oh, nice! Excellent! You did it! Ah! Whoa!
So it forcing you to move so quickly you don't necessarily have the time to absorb all of these things around you, so you're just making mistakes left and right. So let's see if this is the difficulty spike that they were saying that it was. Yeah, this is surprisingly a lot harder. It again, that sort of forced timer on you really puts pressure on your movement, and a lot of rhythm games have this exact feeling where I can't talk and play at the same time. Not with this. Sorry. Yeah, again. Wow, this... I'm surprised for this being the first kind of legitimate boss-like challenge. It is a significant step up. Can't stop the turrets. This, yeah, this is, this is a really, really significant jump from the previous levels. Like, too significant. Especially with how arbitrary it seems to be you being on the beat or not. It's... The timing feels really murky, where you seem to be on beat, the game decides you're not. Or you don't think you're on beat and the game decides you are. So that... It doesn't feel... And again, maybe that's part of the setup. but it definitely doesn't feel super consistent.
Sweet. Oh, snap. You did it. Oh, yeah. Excellent.
Again, it all feels, how am I off beat? Why am I off beat? Wow, this is too big of a jump, I think. It is, I like the idea of having that sort of forced sense of timing behind you, but you cannot play faster than the game lets you play. So that introduces a really significant artificial ceiling on the difficulty very, very quickly. I think this is the bit Teresa said that she could not beat and had to basically put the game away, where it just kind of got too hard. This is that bit where, yeah, you have the flexibility in the timing of... 1 second. Okay. You have some flexibility in the timing of when you're on beat or not, but this is a bit much.
Format detected.
Wow. You did it. Nice. Impressive. Oh, snap. Oh, nice. Whoa. Radical. Way to go.
Why? Did I have to engage with the lock there? This is...
Format detected.
Sweet.
That was really aggressive. First time, first boss. See, we summoned her. No, I was probably beating my head against that for 15, 20 minutes. We were just talking about how seemingly the entire game, from what I've read online, and again, I very sparingly kind of indulged in write-ups on it, it seems like a lot of those sections do that, where you get to some boss or challenge area at the end and the difficulty spikes considerably. That was far too big of a jump, especially for the beginning of the game. That was really significant. Again, I like that idea of the forced kind of progression through with that artificial timer that the firewall gives you, but that was too much too quick, and I could definitely see the concerns about, you know, difficulty being more significant than it needs to be, if that's going to be, you know, the case here. Yeah, man, it was rough. Okay, so tell us, so we're reviewing it all together here on Hypocritic GG tonight. We are talking through as much of this as we can with a slightly more critical eye. So, Sari, share your own experience since you had a chance to dig into this a little more than I did. Do tell. These are all your different options here. Once installed in your deck, this utility program will automatically display notable code when detected within a short range. That's interesting. Defensive program creates your own personal firewall. Shield yourself from aggressive code. Interesting. All right, so we'll wait on these and keep going.
Well, lucky for us, that format just wiped out most of the corruption in this part of the mainframe. Unfortunately, all local external ports out of the mainframe are still shut down tight. Sorry, boss. I guess you'll just have to keep on moving for now. That black ice is guarding the exit out of this level.
Ooh boy.
There's gotta be an update port for it around here somewhere. Radical. Nice.
Update successful.
Weirdly, the black ice is one of the more tame mechanics there. Which its name does not imply.
Boss, you're not gonna believe this, but you've got mail. Well, that email server above you just connected, and it's listing you as the recipient.
Creepy.
Even weirder, it's an email from the client, which should be impossible given the lockdown status of the mainframe.
Hacker, the entire server you are in is about to be wiped, so you need to get moving.
Time-sensitive
Use that
email,
data and
high
forget
priority.
about getting paid. There is a valid port nearby that will move you to a safer server, but reaching it will not be easy.
Oh, goody.
There is a security.
Maybe this is the boss, so we're gonna have multiple difficulty spikes?
Defeating it will prove challenging.
Oh, goody. So actually, Sari, we might just be getting to it now. I got the firewall bit was what was giving me trouble. Oh boy, here we go. Took me literally over an hour of gameplay to get it. Well, we might be running into that part now, so let's see. Hey boss, your taste in music is banging. Gets fired next day. That's right. So I think, yeah, again, the primary blockers that I'm seeing at this point are seemingly the difficulty ramps up way too much, way too fast. And B, it does still seem so kind of arbitrary or ill-designated when you're on beat versus when you're not. You know, obviously you're getting a lot of visual feedback. The controller's vibrating in time if you're on beat or not. Some of it is setup related. You can try to tune in that level of lag, but it, you know, even on the lowest difficulty, I remember from playing it offline, you know, those windows are not as generous as you might think. And that's challenging. So I'm curious, because again, we are an hour in, and it already is posing like really significant challenge. So let's see. All right, so we can upgrade. I want the shell thing. Nice. Okay. All right, is this it? Sorry.
Wow, the client wasn't kidding. There's some seriously scary data in here, boss.
Oh yeah.
If she's right about the server wipe, you've got to find the exit real fast. Boss, it's Demon Head.
This is
He's
it.
guarding the exit out of the server. This is no off-the-shelf security package. He's got code routines I've never even seen before. I mean, you've totally got this.
What does it want me to do here?
Yeah! You did it! Bad news, boss. That defensive shell program is way too tough to hack through. But what if you don't have to? If you can hack that offline turret, I might be able to flip its command Xe and get it to take down
It's
the shell
Xe.
for you.
This is interesting. So now I gotta go get that turret again.
Oh, yeah!
And down he goes.
They started wiping the server.
Oh no.
You gotta get out now.
Boom, and we're out. Okay. Well, isn't that just a lesson on how subjective difficulty really is? So we got through, that was, you know, the big boss fight at the end of that section. We got through it first go. Sari said it took her over an hour. So there's your, if that is the bit that she was talking about there, that's a real sort of dichotomy in difficulty there. In comparison, I don't know, Sari, if you're still here, how long the firewall section took you, where it was timed. But that took quite a bit of time to accomplish. So just again, some weird difficulty spikes, and again, a lot of arbitrary, seemingly mismatches in when you think you're on beat versus when you are. So, you know, an hour and change in, I can kind of see it from both sides. I can see why people would really think this is, and it is a novel idea. It's exciting, it's different, it's very well presented. Again, this is very, very slick, you know, from a audiovisual standpoint. Gameplay, yeah, I can see the sort of fussing kind of inconsistency of it that can be a little challenging depending on your perspective here. Let's keep moving here. Let's see, new featured content unlocked. Let's keep going. Ooh. Oh, we are dialing in big time. It is a Unix system. These are what all my shell commands look like in real life. All right, new background. That's promising.
Wow. The security code running through this server is crazy.
Is it?
While you take care of that lock, I'm gonna go check the directory and find out where we are. Boss, this is so bad. This whole server is exclusively running military simulations.
Oh my God, it's war games.
Watch out for those cannon programs. They're part of an upgraded cyber defense package, and they really pack a punch.
Yikes.
Oh, nice!
It's an AoE even.
Oh, snap!
Again, you're pretty well safe from it
Downloaded.
if you move consistently.
Update successful.
Boom!
I appreciate that you can pretty much do these parts at your leisure.
Update successful.
Radical! This file launcher is the only way to get past a security partition like this.
Okay, sure.
Just tap in the direction of the data stream when the rings line up, and whoosh!
Interesting. Bro, the server has RPGs. Yeah, scary.
What the? I think that exit was a ghost port. Must be part of the crazy security this server's riddled with.
It is kind of cheesy,
Felix
isn't
the
it?
One up ahead.
Again, you're on beat until you're not, and man, is that frustrating. And it kicks you all the way back to the beginning of the section. Some of these levels are pretty long and pretty demanding, so it's surprising that there's no checkpoints at the data vaults, for example. We're on our back foot to start here. Again, game decided we're off beat.
Whoa! Sweet.
Update
So
success.
cheesy, it's considering opening a shop in Little Italy, but you know what? I'm here for it.
Update successful.
What am I doing?
Excellent. Way to go.
Oh my god, that was off screen. Come on. I couldn't even tell that was there.
Oh, snap.
Data
Like that could very easily be a checkpoint, you know what I mean?
Boom.
Update successful. Update successful.
You did it! Sweet! Excellent! Wow! Way to go! Oh, nice!
Again, it just, I'm having trouble getting over that disconnect between feeling like you're in sync and actually being on beat versus the game telling you you're not. It's interesting too, because when they say you have to be on beat, right? It's on the, like, you can't be on the downbeat, you can't be on any other kind of, you know, in sync with the tempo, but just kind of staggered a little bit from the 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to be right on that. So that, you know, with my music brain is a little disorienting, I guess. It's interesting. I think a lot of it really, really depends on how well you can get the game in sync with how you play, to play nicely with your equipment, to make sure that, you know, it's all timed up really, really well. Any rhythm game will have this problem, but I remember when LCDs and, you know, high def TV was kind of just coming in vogue for most households in, you know, the late 2000s, early 2010s, and you had stuff like Rock Band on the 360, you know what I mean? Where you would have to get the stuff in sync and you would like feel like you're tearing your hair out because you just can't seem to play in time because the lag on your TV isn't compensating properly for the game. And you try to calibrate it, you try to get it in sync with each other, and it's just not getting quite there. Again, we're kind of in a more challenging environment too. It, you know, running through our capture card and trying to navigate through that. Are we correctly synced? Are we not? Because you saw I calibrated it 2 different times and I had 50 milliseconds of difference and I didn't really do anything differently. So that's challenging. So I think a lot of the entertainment value you're going to get is really based on, you know, how well things are synced up. If you are playing it on some sort of dedicated handheld, let's say Switch, let's say your Steam Deck, maybe you'll have a little bit more luck since that's maybe a bit more direct. And those are the only platforms it's available on, by the way. This came out in late March and it's available on Steam and Switch, not Xbox, not PlayStation. But there you go. This would be kind of a fun one I could see, you know, kind of taking on the go, playing in short bursts. Because especially, you know, where you are properly in sync and on a dedicated piece of hardware, it would probably be pretty fun. Now, obviously, we're playing it hooked into all of our stuff. I would give this a go offline, just handheld, to see how it feels. But that's the interesting part. Now let's look up, while we have a second here, some of the game modes outside of this kind of primary campaign, right? Let's see if we can do that. GRIDbeat features 3 main modes accessible via the directory. The main game, which is what we're in right now, the story-driven campaign, challenges, bonus post-game debug levels, and featured special levels with guest soundtracks. Let's see if we can see some of those, actually. Here we go. Challenges. Debug a collection of challenging bonus levels unlocked by playing through the main game, which I think we have a couple of here. Yeah, 1, 2. We can try a couple of these as well. And then featured. Bonus levels featuring special guest soundtracks unlocked by playing through the main game. So we have one from server 2. All right, let's try a couple of these. And that's Steve Aoki. Look at that. All right. So we have some interesting music in here. I will say the soundtrack is very, very good. If you're a fan of EDM or electronic kind of house techno music like I am, I really like it. It's a lot of what I listen to in my own time. Teresa and Justin will tell you that. Seemingly, it's not the only thing I listen to, but first, you know, as it happens, that tends to be a lot of like what I put on in the car or like play on a Spotify playlist on shuffle. So they probably think that's all I listen to. It's not, but it's close. This really speaks to me. So this genre and it being so seeped in that is great. I'm really curious who the other featured artists are. Let's see some of these challenge stages now. Give us a taste of that. Bro got the EDM on full blast in rush hour traffic. It has happened before. Damn. All right, well, I know I was pretty crap to start that off. Let's try that again. That entire thing it said was offbeat. That's wonderful. I can see the challenge already. Wow, this is no joke. I don't even know what it wants me to do there. The point better not be to come out of that with all the bits, because that's not happening. I can barely move in these sections. I cannot even... Yeah, the turrets move a lot faster. It's much more strict. You can only go one way. All of them have those diamond-shaped cutoffs, those gates. It's incredibly picky. And anytime I move out of them, it says I'm out of sync. So that's an added challenge. And again, it's naturally a lot harder because this is a faster tempoed song. See how fast you gotta do it? Oh, I see. So I just need to kind of barrel my way through to the other side. Wow. Again, you might be having some problems moving around on the beat. No kidding. I calibrated it twice. Again, this is part of the challenge here. We'll do it one more time. But here's the crazy part. I'm really not that far off beat, am I? So that's a little concerning. All right, well, the challenge levels are certainly challenging. Not insurmountable, but again, it really relies on your sync being up to snuff here. So let's try this feature from Steve Aoki himself, who in a bit of a brag I have seen in concert at clubs multiple times. It is he puts on a good show. A couple of us even got caked. It was quite the time. Again, I'm changing nothing about my beat pattern or my pattern of hitting it, but the game's telling me I'm off, and that's really wigging me out.
Format detected.
Impressive.
No time to mess around. All right, that was good. I like the song. It's not a dramatic difference other than it's faster and you know it's by a known artist, right? That's still cool, and I think that's a clever feature. So if we jump back into the so that's a look at all three of those primary modes in the game. Each of which I think would have their own appeal. Now, where are we getting lopped into here? Oh, so if you quit the campaign... Does it drop you?
Oh, snap. Nice.
Did I do this bit before? Yeah, no, this is new.
Oh, nice.
These turrets really are relentless. That and that. The defend yourself thing, do I not have the blast? Currently, it won't. It certainly would not sync up and let me do it.
Sweet. Way to go. Way to go.
Email download.
These things are so finicky. I'm not even gonna bother. Well, this one's not voiced over. Backup is a super neat program that's going to make your life a lot easier. Unlike your other programs, you can't install this manually. Instead, when you open certain data vaults, your deck will automatically connect to the mainframe and install a backup. Now, while you have it installed, anytime you lose all your data, you can use the backup to continue playing like you never died at all. There we go. Maybe that answers why there's no checkpoints. Collected backups are shown just to the right of your data bar, but remember they can only be used in the current level. When you leave and enter a new level, any installed backups will be removed. So don't forget to open any data vaults you find, since backup might mean the difference between game over and level complete. Makes sense to me. It's so damn arbitrary. That's what's really frustrating me here, I think. But now we get to at least pick up right where we left off.
Check it out. With that much security, you just know this vault's gotta have something neat inside. But before we can open it up, you're gonna have to do something about those turrets.
I am.
You did it!
Should we just power them down?
Impressive!
Interesting.
Excellent! Nothing interesting in here after all.
Why wait until this far into the game to introduce the checkpoint mechanic?
Lame.
That would have been incredibly handy for something like that firewall chase, I'll tell you.
Boss, whatever the Minotaur is, I think we just woke it up. Let's make like a DOS prompt and run!
Ha ha ha.
Oh, nice! Oh, snap! So, it turns out the Minotaur is a Dread-class hunter-seeker program that once activated will pursue its target with relentless...
It is target.
And it thinks you're the target. I guess the lesson here is always read the header file.
There you go. It really leans into the tech speak, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah! Whoa! These security surprises are really getting annoying.
You're telling me.
And this sector appears to contain proximity blast code. Fun! Oh. Way to go! Wow! Radical!
successful.
If you ever have to do these spinny bits under duress, that's going to be a real bad time.
Corruption purged.
Got that first try.
Email downloaded.
What? Sure. Did I get a backup? No, we did not.
You did it! Sweet! Impressive! Nice!
Update successful. Corruption purged.
Whoa! Way to go!
What am I missing here? Is there another update port I didn't hit? Yeah. How am I off beat this much? It's crazy.
Excellent!
I barely had time to figure out where I was. Spinny bits under duress, and spiny bits under duress, and if you fail, it deletes your hard drive. Well, I would be screwed. And again, still no. What is the point? You introduce checkpoints, right? But you're asking players to go through so much of this level without one.
Nice! Oh yeah! You did it! Wow!
Update successful.
Impressive.
Now, there were some bits there, I just want to say, I was woefully offbeat in that last section. It let me through without desyncing me. There are other times I am spot on, and it's telling me that I was not on beat. The consistency's really troubling me, and it's starting to get in the way. I mean, it started to get in the way an hour ago, but it's really in the way now.
Boom.
Corruption purge. Update successful.
Yeah.
Jesus!
Sweet.
That was crazy. It is way more punishing than you would expect. Just, again, by the nature of its design, your timing window can be reasonably wide, but a lot of the built-in stuff, we're only on, what, server 3? I don't know how many there are. GRIDbeat campaign length. 7 servers to conquer, with difficulty increasing significantly in later stages, often requiring extra time for navigation and puzzles, approximately 10 hours long or more, depending on player skill and speed. Interesting. This review from Life is Xbox, 14 hours. Their estimation is 10 plus hours depending on skill. But reviews are pretty good. I mean, it's interesting. Okay, so I think we will probably call it there for the evening, and we'll sort of summarize our pseudo review with a couple of parting thoughts and recommendations on whether or not you should play it. I think there's a lot of appeal here in GRIDbeat. Part of that is, again, the very stylized look, the very kitschy retro aesthetic, the very kind of tongue-in-cheek, oh, the firewall, oh, there's black ice in the mainframe, and the exit port isn't forwarding, and whatever it is. It's pretty cute, and it doesn't, take itself too seriously, and it's obviously very well constructed from a polish perspective. There's was there a single bug that we hit so far? I don't think so. Visually, it's very well put together. It's the quality is there, which is great to see from an indie release of any size. The gameplay, it's tough. There's no getting around that. It's going to take a little bit for those core mechanics to click, and so much of this, again, is dependent on how well you can sync all of that stuff up and how well you can keep it calibrated properly to your gameplay. It'll feel like you're on beat, but you're not. It'll feel like you're not on beat, but you are. Now, some of that is probably our own experience here, but that level of inconsistency is really frustrating when it flares up and you desync or you get hit one too many times over and over again, seemingly through no fault of your own. If you can't wrangle with all of that and make it make sense, it's going to be a challenging time for you, I think. And as you saw here, you know, that was actively kind of impeding our ability to enjoy it. And the difficulty spikes are considerable. Like Sari said when she was hanging out with us, you know, that first boss bit or something either with the firewall or that first Daemon boss took her an hour to get over that hump. And you're introducing such considerable difficulty roadblocks that early. Yeah, I get that you want to put those in the challenge levels, and those are even, you know, many degrees harder, which is fine. And that's all sort of optional content anyway. That, again, sort of the main campaign having that level of difficulty where, you know, your timing window is larger, maybe it's accurate, maybe it's not, but the gameplay mechanics kind of are what they are, is tough. So it is, you know, a considerable challenge, and you should go in kind of ready for that. If you're up for it though, it's cute. I mean, we didn't get a ton of story in the 2 hours that we played this, but we're supposedly, you know, we're maybe a third of the way through the main content if we're, you know, halfway, let's say, through server 3. So lots more to discover, and I would hazard that it's pretty well worth the ride. If we're 2 hours in and it's like this, I would estimate, excuse me, probably fair to say, you know, 6 to 8 hours for the main campaign, and then maybe a couple hours more for the side content, depending on how good or bad you are at it. That would make sense too to me. And for 20 bucks, I think MSRP, 20 USD, I think there's a reasonable amount of fun here. Again, it is very polished, it's very well presented. It all depends on how well you can vibe with those mechanics, how much you want to test yourself in that dungeon crawler environment, and how fair, quote unquote, the syncing and the calibration feels to you with your given setup. Again, if you're on Steam Deck in handheld mode or you're on the Switch, you know, in the palm of your hand, it's probably going to feel nice and responsive and be a great experience. If you have any degree of lag that you're not able to compensate for, like any other rhythm game, the experience is really going to suffer, and it just kind of is what it is. The soundtrack's great. It's obviously very fitting, and I like how the difficulty can kind of naturally scale with the tempo as well. Faster songs are going to be harder, slower songs are going to be easier, and that's a nice way to sort of pace out each individual server as well. So there's a lot of interesting touches like that that are really interesting. Again, it's not always clear where you're supposed to be going, what you're supposed to be doing, and how, you know, the demands of how quickly you need to react are considerable. I don't love that it teases at having those checkpoints, but then doesn't give you data vaults to really leverage them, and it seems, you know, in just casually reading here, that's quite an issue in the late game. But it do be like that sometimes. Regardless, you know, trending on, you know, if it stayed where it was currently and we kind of figured some of that sync stuff out, I could easily see this somewhere like a 3.5 Gloobies out of 5 approaching, you know, maybe with 1/2 on either side, as low as a 3, as high as a 4. It's reasonably good, and I think there is, for rhythm game fans, for EDM or electronic fans, for, you know, unique dungeon crawler fans, I think there's a lot to enjoy here. And again, your affinity for it is going to depend on A, do the mechanics make sense to you? And B, are you able to play it in such a way that you are properly synced? Because despite what the difficulty settings kind of tell you, it is pretty unforgiving. And you have to come in kind of ready to be challenged a little bit. We'll leave it at that for you. Again, GRIDbeat is available now on PC and Nintendo Switch/Switch 2. This pseudo-review live stream was made possible via a review key that was provided by publisher Acclaim and their associated PR firm, so thank you to that for giving us the chance to explore this a couple of weeks after it is now launched now in the marketplace. You should have all the information now you need to decide whether GRIDbeat is right for you. So again, it's available on PC or Nintendo Switch. And that's GRIDbeat for you. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. This has been Hypocritic GG. Streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm Muslim, call me Cheat Speak. Hope you enjoyed this look. Let us know if a live kind of pseudo-review of new games like this is something you would be interested in, and sort of getting those unfiltered thoughts as they come in and as we play deeper into a certain title. Then we go from there. Thanks so much for watching. We have more stuff coming. Again, if you're just kind of watching us live here, tomorrow, April 15th, we do have a fresh recorded review going up for you. That's embargoed, so we can't tell you exactly what it is, but you will see pretty early in the morning that goes live, and then we'll be rolling into some Riftbound coverage next weekend to conclude August at the regional qualifiers in Atlanta. So that'll be fun, leading into Unleashed activities in early May. Yay, and we'll have more content in between all of that as well, don't you worry. So fresh review tomorrow. Maybe we'll slot an indie focus in over the weekend or something like that. Who's to say? We'll give it some thought. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay fresh, cheese bags. We'll catch you back here real soon.